So maybe you could tell me more about yourself and your mother.
All right. So hi everyone. My name is Audrey. I come from a very big Peranakan family. My family is very close knit. In 1997, our world came crashing down because Mom suddenly came down with a disease, lymphoma of the neck. She had a lump on the left side of her neck. So she went for chemotherapy and emerged quite victorious. But our happiness was actually very short-lived because the subsequent years she had cancer relapse after cancer relapse. So after multiple counts of chemotherapy, she finally managed to stabilize, but she was on very long-term medication. And so in 2012, after about 14 years of the first radiotherapy, she suddenly came down with what we call the dead bone syndrome of the jaw. Basically what happened was during radiotherapy, it killed all the blood vessels in her jaw area. So her bones are dying, and she was at the risk of having to have a whole jaw surgically removed. And the doctor suggested that we go to SGH, where there was a hyperbaric chamber. So basically what they wanted to do, they recognized that oxygen was going to expedite the healing and salvage the jaw. And so Mom went through this hyperbaric treatment for about 60 sessions. Praise God, she managed to pull through, and she didn't have to go through the surgery, and her jaw was saved. In 2013, she was hit by another cancer. This time, a tumour was found in her urethra. She had to go for a surgery, and this cancer spread to the bladder, and through multiple what they call targeted therapies, it didn't help. So we had no choice but to put her through a full-scale chemotherapy twice. At the end of the whole session, I think that was about 2014, she was already physically worn out, very tired. The cancer was still raging in her. By 2015, March 2015, we were told a very bad news that Mom is chemo-resistant, which means that there was no other form of treatment available or open to her. So this meant that she's now entering into what we call palliative care. Now we came to know about the water in early September. At that time, ELO Singapore was at its infancy, so the stocks were running low, but we managed to get hold of 6 bottles, and we made that last for about 2 weeks. And about a month later, from the first time she drank the water, we found certain improvements. She had quality of life that was improved. So before ELO, she had numbness in her feet. She had ringing in the ears. She couldn't sleep at all because she was in a lot of pain. I mean, she had insomnia basically, had a rash, an itch that wouldn't go away. She was on antihistamine. And I think she developed this rash because of the multiple blood transfusion and platelet transfusion through the years. But after about a month, hey, Mom can sleep at least 5 to 6 hours now, Her rash is a lot more manageable. The ringing in the ears has sort of, slowly resolving itself, and she regained the feelings, the sensation in her feet, which means she could be, walking more steadily. We had an opportunity to send her to the baths. In total, she took about 11 baths. But what was surprising is after the first bath, she went home and slept like a baby, 9 hours straight for the first time, and subsequently she had been sleeping very well. After the second bath, her her skin was rid of all the rashes. She reported from sandpaper texture, she now has baby smooth skin. And that was really astounding to us. We were so encouraged. So we continued letting her drink the water. And by December, the doctors felt that she was in such a much better state of health that the option of radiation to shrink the tumour in her bladder became available to her. So she went through about 30 sessions of radiation, ending all her sessions by late January, early February. In March, she boldly asked the doctor, she said she wanted to have a PET CT scan done. She wanted to see what was happening inside her bladder. So we went for the scan. On the 17th of March, the report came out. And make a guess, what do you think happened? Because I rushed all the way down to high flux, with the report. And I showed it to my very good friend, Dr. D. And we declared it a miracle because one, Mom was supposed to suffer from what medically termed a poorly differentiated tumour, which means it was an aggressive tumour that usually took a person's life within 3 months. But Mom has survived more than 18 months. Secondly, they could not find any more active tumours in her body. Thirdly, all her other organs were clear. And we were very happy. Last week, the doctors told us that she's officially discharged. And I'm just very happy to share this news with any one of you out there. You don't need to be sick to drink ELO Water. You can be healthy and continue to enjoy the good health that ELO Water can bring to you. Thank you. Okay, is that right?